What is data engineering? Let's talk about it from the very basics, from the very zero. If you're not aware of anything about data engineering, if you don't know anything about coding, this is for absolute beginner. What is data engineering? The real world, what these guys do. What I'm a data engineer working in the industry for about 4.5 years, more than 4.5 years, and I'm a senior data engineer right now working at as a remote in a remote company, DataX certified professional data engineer also I am. So basically, I think so I'm a right person to guide you on those things. Basically, if you are thinking about what is a data engineer, I'll be explaining all those things, all those jargons. A data engineer does this thing, ETL is there, some kind of orchestration is there, some kind of tools, data bricks, workflows, everything I'll be explaining you in the very layman language, so that you can understand those all things very easily. So let's start the video and let's go to my screen. And as you can see on the screen, I have a pen tablet here, and let's talk about those things. I'll be dividing the video into different categories. Let me tell you about that thing. The first thing we'll be talking about, that will be a real world analogy, how you can relate a data engineer, real world analogy. Second thing will be basically where we'll be talking about what we'll be talking about. The second thing will be about end-to-end flow, how and what a data engineer does, what is an end-to-end flow, so that you can understand where it starts, from where the work starts and where it ends. Then we'll be talk about skills needed, and I'll be also guiding you on the resource also, how you can learn all these things. Don't worry. Okay, so in order from where to start, what all things to learn, how much efforts to give, which all topics to learn, everything I'll be guiding you through that. Other than that, basically we'll be also understanding what beginners get wrong. Basically, many times I have seen beginners, when they enter into this field or want to enter into this field, get wrong. They do these all mistakes, or don't do these all mistakes. Fourth thing. Fifth thing is all about what companies want. Right now, if you are entering into a job, what companies are demanding for a data engineering profile. So those all things also I'll be telling, because I have been on both sides, giving the interviews, taking the interviews. So I think so I can guide you on those all steps basically. So we'll be talking about those things also, and it will be very practical video first of all, and we'll be also talking about those all things, how you can get into this field, what all things are required. And at the final, I'll be telling you complaints and demands and those all things, kya karna chahiye, what all things we should do. So let's start from very basics. It will be a very simple video. I'll be trying to explain you in a very simple term, that is real world analogy, कि भैया ये reality में what a data engineer क्या होता क्या है. Data engineers are just a plumber, कि basically DR plumbers of data. You might have seen that different kinds of pipelines are there, and different kinds of water will come, and directly a plumber will come and they will connect the data directly to your different kinds of taps. For shower, different kind of taps will be there. For dishwashing, different kinds of taps will be there. From a source somewhere the data is coming, and directly they are giving you the data directly. Wherever you are trying to open the tap, you are getting the water. That is the whole work of a data engineer, to make the data available for all the users, for every kind of use cases as per the requirements. So they need to make those kind of things. This is a very simple definition of a data engineer. Different kinds of sources are there. You need to fetch the data from there, and you need to curate the data. You need to understand the data, make a pipeline that is doing all those things in an automated manner, and directly dump the data somewhere where it can be used by the users. So that is a whole use case of a data engineer. Basically, that is a whole purpose of a data engineer. That is this thing. And we basically, data engineers are responsible for moving the messy data. It is not maximum 99% of the time you will be seeing these kind of messy data, where you have a date column, and in the date column a string data is there, or you will be seeing some phone number where they have written some kind of name and all. Those kind of problems will be there in the data when you will be working in some kind of government projects and all, or some kind of projects where more of users point of view is there. So directly to get the data, they add any kind of this thing and they get the data. That is the first requirement. Messy kind of data is there. And source, this is a source, this is your source, and from this source you need to curate the data, take the data, clean the data. Clean matlab just remove the nulls and all, whatever, because the real data will have nulls, will have problems, will have anomalies, matlab galat cheezein rahengi. If basically phone number is required at that column, date data is there, those all problems will be there. So cleaning is required, and after this basically you need to store it somewhere, so that a data analyst or a data scientist can come and directly they can query on that, because those data is the oil and is the money because those data will be used to target different kinds of users, different kinds of business decisions, and directly a leadership can take the decision based on those data. And they will be not seeing directly the data, they'll be seeing different kinds of dashboards, beautiful dashboards they will be seeing, they will be seeing different kinds of models, they will be generating something. This is how it works. Okay, this is how it works. This is a basic real world analogy of a data engineer. If I talk about the end-to-end flow, ki how and where the data engineer is involved, what all things they do, ye sari cheezein if we want to understand, let's talk about those all things also. First thing first, that is a source. Source is basically ki from where API logs are coming. Okay, what is the source? Your source is API or logs, any kind of source or any kind of database is there. And how second thing will be basically ingest the data. Ingestion means basically, if you might have seen my previous videos, or in the future I'll be dedicatedly making some kind of videos that is dedicated on ingestion and all, and it will be easy to learn and these things. That is ingestion. Ingestion is all about taking the data from somewhere and adding into your particular platform. Suppose you are using Databricks or Google GCP or AWS, Amazon AWS, or Azure you are using, Microsoft Azure, anything you are using, you should be aware firstly ki from where you need to ingest the data and make it available to the platform in the raw format directly. Many times you keep it in the raw format, many times in the refined format as per the use case. That is called as ingestion. We use different kind of tools like Python, Autoloader, or any kind of Spark, different kind of things we use. It depends on the requirements. Don't worry about those things. Ingestion just means to take the data from somewhere and make it available here. That is the requirement. Third thing is basically after this ingestion, there are different kinds of transformation. Like I want the sum of something, I want the average of something, I don't want this particular column. Okay, that is not my requirement, I'll remove that. Those all things are called as transformation. Anything that you want to apply on the table after ingestion, you want to make the data more refined, much more usable for you, that is called as transformation. That is called, I want to transform the data. It is not in the real form now. I want to transform these all things. This is called as transformation. Fourth thing will be basically that is how to store the data. Now after transformation, after ingesting the data, you need a proper source where you can store the data. That is the main requirement, na? So that a person can come and directly query on those things. Those all things are called as storing the data. You need to store the data at somewhere. That can be a delta table, that can be a data warehouse, that can be anything, that can be a database, anything. Wherever you want to store the data as per the requirement, you can store it. After that, orchestrate it. Orchestrate means ki these all things one time you did, now you want all the things happening step by step directly, automatically when you are sleeping also. So how those things happen and when to happen. After one only second should run, after second only third should run, fourth should run, then fifth should run. These are called as orchestration. This term is called as orchestration. To orchestrate the things, there are different kinds of tools that are used to orchestrate this, and there are different kinds of requirements also. This is how you orchestrate it. Other than that, expose and serve the data. Now you want to serve this kind of data directly to end user, like you want to show the beautiful graphs and all, or beautiful dashboards and all. That is called the serving basically, where you can use Power BI, or you can use Tableau, or any kind of metabase, or any kind of visualization tool. Directly inbuilt visualization tools are there. Databricks dashboards are there. Looker Studio is there. Different kinds of tools are there as per the requirement, whatever projects you are working. This is the end-to-end flow, what it looks like. Skills I have already told you, that is skills. If you want to enter into this particular field of data engineering, it is a very good field to enter, and it is a high-paying field. In years, you will be getting a very good money. That is about 3 years. I have seen people about 3 years of experience getting 30 lakhs also. So that is also one thing. So don't run behind the money. Firstly learn about the skills, because I have seen data engineers not having the big data exposure about 4 years of experience. I have seen people having all kinds of exposure, having GenAI exposure, having all kinds of exposure in 2 years of experience. So it depends on how accurately you explore the things, how accurately you upskill yourself. That is very important. So basically skills, first of all, SQL is important. Then Python is important. Then we talk about data modeling. How to model the data, because this is the advanced topic, but definitely if you have the understanding, you will be getting more paisa and all. Okay, that all thing is there. Then big data. Big data means in this many things come, that is Hadoop will come, Yarn will come, MapReduce will come, Hive will come. Then there is a concept of Spark. Then PySpark also is related to this because it is an API built on top of written in Python, directly talks to Spark, and you get the language directly. You can write Python code using you can write the Spark code using Python. So that is also one of the great. Then Pandas is required. Other than that, there is any kind of Databricks. If you are learning Databricks, is a great modern tool, tech stack, so you can learn that. Other than that, anything you can add. GenAI is one of the trending, prompt engineering and all, or LangChain. If you are adding, it will be a great advantage for you if you want to use these all things. This is how you curate these all things. And if you want to learn everything in just 90 days, I already have a dedicated bootcamp. If you want to learn these all things, we have a DataX bootcamp. The link is in a direct link is in a description. It is a end-to-end from zero to hero. I'll be teaching you everything from the scratch, from the zero. End-to-end data engineering bootcamp. It is from zero, and you will become you. It has modules of AI. It has modules of every module is very curated, very much focused. And if you want to get into this directly, you can go. There are live doubt sessions also there. There is a community support you will get. If you have any questions, you can reach out. I'll reply to you personally. So this is how it happens. Okay, this is how it happens. If you want to get into the link is in the description, and exclusive coupon code also I have given for just for the YouTube family. You can go and enroll there. All the things are there. Going further in this, if you what beginners do the mistakes, what beginners, and I have seen in this community also where people are there, beginners are there, freshers are there, then college students are there, then people from different backgrounds who want to get into data engineering, non-tech professionals are there, people with 10 years of experience in IT want to get into data engineering. Those all people are also there. So I have been guiding those all things. I have seen those kind of mistakes. That is, firstly, the mistake that they skip SQL. Mostly they will skip SQL and they will run behind fancy stuffs, like they will run behind big data. They will directly go to big data, directly go to AI. This is not how it happens, because in interviews mostly the questions will be on data. Interviews will be happened on the SQL. That is a core 100%. Apart from that, if you are going for data engineering, Spark will be asked, cloud questions will be asked. This is how it works. So SQL, don't skip those things. It is very, 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 very important. In fact, the most time of practice you should give to SQL only. This is how it works. Other than that, I have seen people try to learn everything at once. People run behind. They will learn Docker, they will run cloud, they will run some XYZ, anything they will learn, and just try to overwhelm themselves. And at the last they will be like, bhaiya, I'm not understanding what to learn, I'm not understanding anything. It is a very difficult field to get in. It is not difficult field. Fundamentals are clear. You will be understanding everything, and at once everything doesn't happen. One by one, step by step, you need to learn these things. That is the second mistake that I've seen. Third mistake that I have seen, they are not having any real projects. So you need to make some real projects, and in this DataX bootcamp I also guide on the live projects. End-to-end live projects also there, so you will be understanding that also aspect, how exactly a project is getting made from scratch to getting a ready project, how it happens. Resume ready project it is. So real project is very, very important. If you want to explore those all things, definitely it is required. Then whenever you are going for any kind of interviews in the company, so theory is okay, but you should be having the practical insights. From where it comes, when you make something, you make some kind of projects. If you are a fresher, make some personal projects. You will be getting all kinds of credits and all for free. I'll be guiding you on that. If you try to comment on that, I'll be making some kind of videos. You can use those kind of credits and all, how to use these platforms for free. I have already made many videos on Databricks and all. Definitely you can use any kind of platform for free. I have made on Snowflake. I have made on those things. Practical knowledge is the main thing. If you are not having that, you will be rejected. These are the mistakes. These are major things that is required, and definitely I have seen people from any kind of background getting into data engineering. So don't worry about that thing. If you want to get into this field, it is great field to enter into, and you will be getting these all insights. If you want to learn from the sky, if you want a guide, if you want a structured thing, definitely I am there to help you in the DataX bootcamp. You will be getting everything in a description. Link is there, coupon is there. Go and apply. A support number is also there. If you have any doubts, you can reach out. Thank you so much for watching this particular video. Bye bye.